Y'all, something else came to my mind this morning. I just want to know what y'all opinion is and what y'all think, right? If Katie was on that boat with her dad, uncle, cousin, whoever this unidentified man is, it's assumed that it's a relative, right? A close relative. But if she was on that boat with a relative, whomever this guy is, we haven't really figured it out for certain. But why did she feel the need to call her sister and brother-in-law to come and pick her up if she was already with a relative? That just it just made me kind of question a couple things, and I think at this point in the investigation it's important to follow all leads, but that was kind of strange to me now that I think about it. If you were on this boat with who people assume is her dad, why did you not feel safe enough to ride back to the land with that same guy? Because we saw Nolan on the boat. We didn't see Katie on the boat, but we saw Nolan on the boat with the little, I think the name of the boat is like Little Daddy something. But who is that man, and why didn't Katie feel safe enough to ride back with him?
Breaking news in the Nolan Wells case. They are saying that the girl that supposedly, allegedly, Nolan Wells liked it. Her father is now allegedly a suspect in the case. Allegedly, her father had Nolan on his boat. So, what do y'all think that's going on? Because this is something that is throwing us off. Is it the boys or is it Katie's father?
Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure it's about to go up.
Family, we are back. Thank you guys so much for tapping in. Thank you guys for hitting that comment section, period. That means so much. It helps the message get spread. And yeah, it shows interaction with the video, and the platform likes that. That's totally what we need. So definitely meet me in the comment section. I do make it a point to try to interact also in the comment section. It's hard for me to hold whole conversations, replies and all that stuff. But I do try to initially reply. Anyways, there's a new twist. And something's in my throat too, pause. Jeez, heavy on the pause. But y'all heard the intro. You heard the intro. New character unlock. The mystery man on the boat, aka the alleged father of Katie. What does this mean? There's an alleged photo of Nolan on that vessel. And yeah. Come on, man. From the jump, I had a bad feeling about him and her on that island, and the majority and minority on that island. I don't know. It just sat different with me. And I even may have said it in my first video about this situation, that I could see something like that being a scenario, to the point where it's like, hey, what are you blah, 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 blah? What are you doing talking to that dude? That type vibe. I could see that. But we're going to review and react to a few clips and see what's going on with the situation. Once again, thank you guys for being here. It does mean a lot. Meet me in the comment section. But right now, take this time. If you're here, say I'm here. And unpause the video. Let's get this content.
Well, guess what? SeaTow's statement said they is not about to be caught up in the mix with them thugs, because this is what they stated, and it was on the news, that before assistance was rendered, the vessel owner advised that sea towing was no longer needed because help had already been obtained, and so SeaTow's involvement concluded at that point. So whoever called in the sea towing company and told them that they didn't need their help anymore. Matter of fact, let's rewind a little bit. So when the tow was called in and someone said, we're sinking, we need help. First of all, we knew that call was a bunch of bullshit shenanigans, because y'all made that call in order to, kind of like go along with the scheme that you guys had. But sea towing company said that they is not with the shenanigans. judge, the noboties, the thugs, the mother, and none of them. Okay? And I'm going to add it because not the SeaTow said not them, not.
Bro, if that is true, that's another game changer. Why wouldn't they want to, this is what I think is going on. People know they have to live there. Point blank, period. I feel like it's a case that people don't want to be the next Nolan. And I say that with all due respect. But allegedly, we know what it is. Period. That's just my opinion. But that call, there was no type of panic, no type of urgency. You don't hear anyone splashing water, trying to get the water out, although it could have been in a different part of the boat, the hull or whatever they call it. But it doesn't sound like people that are in the middle of a large body of water and sinking. It doesn't give me those vibes. But for that tow company to say, hey, we don't want any parts of this, that says plenty. That says plenty. It sounds like it's telling me that they don't want a part of this situation because it has to be something bad around it. That's just what I perceive from what was said. And everything is allegedly. Let's get to the next clip.
First of all, we got 2 updates for the Nolan Wells case. Number 1, Nancy Grace has picked up the case. And if you know anything about her, when she puts her mouth on a case and she starts to investigate, somebody always ends up in jail. Them boys going to jail. Watch what I say. Now, the second update is the SeaTow company said that we ain't finna be putting them in no bullshit. They never towed that boat. It was on the news, and I'm finna post it right here, that they said when the boys called and they got out there, they said they had already had help rendered. So guess what? Another lie has been exposed, y'all. Another lie. So we know those boys are guilty of doing something to Nolan, and we're going to get justice. Y'all keep making y'all posts. Keep pushing this shit out. Justice for Nolan Wells. Peace.
Wow. 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 That's why the tow company allegedly wants no part in this thing. I told y'all there wasn't any urgency in the voice on the call. That dude had no urgency. But if that water has came up to the surface where they're standing and things like that, you would hear people maybe trying to scoop the water out and all that kind of stuff. You just didn't hear in the background a panic or rush type. You didn't even hear any voices for real in the background. Let's start there. Let's start there. Now, we got to ask ourselves this question. What's distraction? What's really distraction? People are looking at the alleged best friend that the parents didn't know of Nolan's. They're looking at him like, is he compromised? And that's people, not the parents, but I could see that dude being scared. So he came out and said a thing a certain way. We got to look at Katie. They're saying what they said about that mystery man on the boat that was her alleged dad and this and that. We got to look at that situation too. But how do we make all of this stuff come together? There's a guy named Officer Tatum, and this dude goes in on Benjamin Crump. I might make that a separate video, but yeah, let's just get to the next clip.
Good news, y'all. This is a quick update on the Nolan Wells situation. See, they always say it's 2 sides to every story. More evidence.
I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I hope it was not anything behind the Katie girl. I really do. I don't know how much truth is behind her cousin deleting social media and being on the run and all this type stuff, because all of this stuff is new to me. We're watching it for the first time together. I see titles on that site talk, and if it's appealing enough, I'll download it and we talk about it. We react to it. I don't know how much truth it is to that situation as far as Katie and her dad and the cousin and all that stuff goes. But I do know how certain generations are when it comes to their daughters or even sons talking to someone the opposite hue of their child. I've been with a chick that got disowned before, to the point where we had to break up. And what's so crazy? That was in middle school. Come on. Let me know what you guys think about the situation. It's too many twists going on. I wouldn't be surprised if there was something that happened with that dad or the cousin and Katie and Nolan, and those boys are scared. I could see that being a thing, but I could also see at least one of those guys snitching if that scenario I just depicted was a thing. Everything's allegedly. We got to take all this information in with an open mind, and don't look too deep, y'all. Don't look too deep. If you made it to this point, say I made it. Thank you guys so much. I'm out. Peace.